That fuzzy green spot on your late-night bread slice isn't just gross. It could hide toxins that spark hallucinations or even rewrite history. From saving lives with penicillin to fueling the Salem Witch Trials, is moldy bread a miracle or a menace? Dive in before your next bite. Imagine this. It's late at night, your stomach is rumbling like a thunderstorm, and you grab the last slice of bread from the kitchen counter. But wait, there's a fuzzy green spot staring back at you. Do you cut it off and munch away, or toss the whole thing? This common dilemma hits millions of kitchens every day. That innocent-looking fuzz could be hiding a sneaky health risk. Let's dive in and find out if moldy bread is a friend or foe, using simple facts and a dash of wild history. First, what is mold anyway? Mold is a type of fungus, like tiny plants without leaves that love warm, damp spots. On bread, it shows up as green, blue, or white patches because the bread's moisture and starch make a perfect home for it. Common types include Penicillium, the green stuff, and Rhizopus, black bread mold. But here's the catch. What you see is just the tip of the iceberg. Mold sends out invisible threads called Hyphae that dig deep into the bread, spreading like roots in soil. So even if you slice off the visible part, the rest might still be contaminated. That's why experts say soft foods like bread aren't safe to salvage. What happens if you eat it by accident? For most healthy people, a small bite might not cause big trouble right away. Your body can handle some molds, and you might just feel a bit queasy or get an upset stomach. But don't relax yet. Some molds produce nasty chemicals called mycotoxins. These toxins can build up and cause vomiting, diarrhea, or even liver damage over time. If you have allergies, asthma, or a weak immune system, like kids, elders, or pregnant folks, it could trigger breathing problems, rashes, or worse. One scary toxin is aflatoxin, linked to cancer in large doses. And get this, in rare cases, molds like aspergillus can lead to serious infections in the lungs. No one wants that from a quick snack. But not all mold is evil. Mold has saved lives, too. Jump back in history to ancient times. Around 1500 BC, Egyptians used moldy bread as a bandage for wounds. They'd press the fuzzy stuff onto cuts to fight infections, without knowing why it worked. Similar tricks popped up in ancient Greece, China, and Serbia, where people rubbed moldy bread on sores. Fast forward to 1928. Scottish scientist Alexander Fleming accidentally left a petri dish out, and mold, Penicillium, killed nearby bacteria. Boom! That led to penicillin, the first antibiotic, which has saved millions from deadly infections. So, the same green mold on your bread today inspired a medical revolution. Pretty cool, right? A close-up of typical green mold on bread. Looks gross, but it sparked medical history. Now for the dark side. Mold has caused chaos in history. Ever heard of the Salem Witch Trials in 1692? In colonial Massachusetts, young girls started acting strange, screaming, twitching, and seeing visions. 19 people were hanged as witches. But some historians think moldy bread was the real villain. Wet weather that year led to ergot, a toxic mold on rye bread, a staple food then. Ergot poisoning, or ergotism, causes hallucinations, convulsions, and burning skin, symptoms matching the bewitched girls. It's called St. Anthony's Fire, from medieval outbreaks where people danced madly in the streets or lost limbs to gangrene. In the Middle Ages, ergot from moldy grains killed thousands in Europe, sparking myths of demons and plagues. Who knew a loaf could rewrite history? Historical depiction related to the Salem era. Could moldy rye have fueled the witch panic? Back to today. Is there any safe way to eat moldy bread? Short answer, no. Food safety pros from the USDA say toss the whole loaf if you spot mold, because those hidden threads could have spread toxins everywhere. It's different for hard cheeses or firm fruits, where you can cut an inch around the mold and eat the rest safely. But bread? Too porous and soft. To prevent mold, store bread in a cool, dry place or freeze it. Check dates, and if it's past its prime, Better safe than sorry. Ever wonder why some breads mold faster? Preservatives like calcium propionate help commercial loaves last longer, but homemade or organic ones spoil quicker in humid spots. In hot summers, mold can appear in days. In the end, moldy bread is a risky gamble. It might not kill you instantly, but why chance tummy troubles, or worse? History shows mold can heal or harm, from ancient wound cures to witch hunt horrors. Next time you see that green fuzz, remember Fleming's miracle and Salem's tragedy. Then chuck it in the bin. Your health and history books will thank you. Stay curious, eat fresh, and keep those midnight snacks mold-free.